Welcome back to the Hidden Beyond podcast. Today we're going to get into the story of the ghost that haunts Julie's Harbour. So back in the 1800s, late 1800s, there was a community called St. Augustine's where families were from a small fishing community just not far from Triton in Newfoundland. The story goes that a young woman named Julie, for there's no backstory on exactly what it was. I did hear a few stories when doing research that she was out for a walk with friends. Some say it was summertime and she was drowned from swimming in a pond, not in the ocean. This was around 5 kilometers away from the town. And there's other stories say that she was lost her husband or her fiance, and she took her life. And there's others that say that it was winter time and she happened to be up on ice and fell through. So it's very the stories change over, but there is an initial story that there was a lady named Julie, a young girl or woman named Julie, that disappeared, and they found her body in a pond just next to St. Augustine's. So years later, people say they saw apparitions of this young girl who resembled Julie. They actually renamed St. Augustine's to Julie's Harbour. And the pond, the body of water that was around 5 kilometers away from the St. Augustine's, they renamed the pond Julie's Pond. Now, as of today, there are still people that go there today. The town is abandoned. There's only headstones left over from the 1800s. And there is also a gentleman from Triton that does boat tours near there. And people stay or camp overnight and say they hear children laughing in the woods, in the forest everywhere, and there's no one around. They're on this deserted part of the land. And there's also people that say that they see an apparition of this young girl just wandering through the forest. And another family or group of people had a cabin, little cottage up in the harbor, close to where the pond was. And they were playing cards one night, and all of a sudden they saw an apparition of a young woman, coming through the wall, and they all end up being spooked. They left the cabin that they had there, and they didn't go back. So the apparitions, along with the noises of children laughing and the hauntings of Julie from other stories that were passed down in Julie's Harbour. It should be an interesting place to visit, to be able to experience it yourself. There's not a whole lot of information on this, but I thought it was it will be pretty interesting to share with you with this podcast. I'm going to be coming up with other podcasts soon. Hope you enjoyed this short story. Please like, subscribe, and share. And you can also email me at randomtopics.ebook@gmail.com if you want me to share one of your stories. That's all I have for right now. Thank you for listening or watching, and I'll be back later with more stories from beyond.